Meet the team that doesn't just talk about impact, they ignite it. Jim Morris and producer Rachel.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm feeling the energy today. Let's get it.
Oh, God. I am a little bit. My back started to spasm. So I'm just like, oh, we're at that age. That's fun. We're like.
At that age.
I sat down, so the back spasmed. It's great. I love it so much. And I have a shoot tonight. So, like, this will be fun. How are you doing, Jim? God.
I'm doing good. I had an interesting conversation in business yesterday, and I think we could probably talk about it around rising and energizing, like an energy gain or an energy drain. So I'm ready to dive in. You ready to roll?
Let's talk about it. What's going on?
Let's go. Meetings with no meaning. That's something that has just got on my calendar a lot lately. I don't know if that's because, well, I do know what it's from. We're growing the team in Creative Vibe Marketing. So there's more people, more meetings, more questions. Totally cool. There's more people wanting to get on stages, wanting to collaborate with me right now. I don't know if that's come from some of the big podcasts I've been on, some of the stages I've spoken on, but there just seems to be a big influx of people that want to do something together, right? And I was trying to figure out, like, why is my energy so low this past week? Like, I'm reflecting, right? We talk about that a lot, like what happened yesterday and what was where did I have a high energy? Where did I have low energy? Usually at the end of the week, I think about, okay, what happened during this week that excited me and gave me energy and what killed it. And I was just reflecting yesterday, and I realized over the last week that a lot of pathological meetings, no meaning to the meeting, no purpose, no commitments, no outcomes, no goals, no agenda. That is something that drains me. One of my strengths is strategic. That strategy around everything. So that strategy around time, which equates to efficiency, which equates to my energy, right? When I'm rolling and rocking and rolling and it's efficient and I know what I'm doing and where I'm going and what the purpose is of this meeting and what the outcome is. And I'm meeting with, Jeff Jones on Tuesday, and Jeff wants to, build out a unique experience where we do X, Y, and Z. And he's explained that to me. And that's why we're meeting. And the outcome is to decide if we're going to do it together, if he's going to do it solo, if I'm going to speak, if I'm just going to support, like if he's going to sponsor it, if I'm going to sponsor it, if we're going to raise funds, if we're going to sell tickets, right? Like if I know that that's the conversation, I'm like, oh, I get to meet with him tomorrow. We're going to talk about this. Great. Let me think about that. Let me ideate around that in my moments of time in between meetings, in the car, right? Like I can integrate those thoughts and prepare. So when I don't have that stuff, it just drains my energy. Like,
so wait, how do you define a pathological meeting? And then how do you stop yourself from creating them?
Great question.
Or like, what if you put it on the books and you realize like, this is a waste of my time? What do you do in that instance? Because like I have such a hard time saying no right now, but I have to. Like looking at my calendar, I need to make space for those bigger yeses, and I'm not. And it's putting me in number one, burnout, and number two, I'm getting pissed. Like I'm upset with myself. So how do we stop these meetings?
Well, I think, and knowing you, Rachel, you're very much like me, where we don't cancel on people. So because we don't cancel on people, we don't expect other people to cancel on us oftentimes. But guess what? It happens. People cancel on us. So I think being okay with the fact that you can make a phone call to someone you're going to meet with on Tuesday and have a quick conversation around what's the meaning, what's the agenda, what's the outcome. I didn't have clarity when we scheduled this. I see it's coming up. I just want to be more clear. And it's not, I want to make sure this is beneficial for me or I'm going to cancel it. So I'm calling you, right? Like, cause that's what your brain probably thinks, like, oh, I'm being a jerk. I got to make sure this is worth my time. I don't want to call someone. What do I say? Hey dude, is this going to be worth my time? Right? Like you sound like a jerk. Number one. Two, there's your ego talking. But three, there is a reality to that. Like, what's important this week? What time do you have? What time do you not have? So I would call them and say, hey, just so we're on the same page and I can prepare for the meeting, what's the outcome you'd like to see? Now, this is all if you don't use a calendar link, because inside Impact Effect Accelerator, we show you and teach you how to build a calendar through Go High Level, which we give you. So you don't have to pay Calendly $200 a year for this. It's free. You build a web page, you drop a domain to it so it's customized, you throw a photo up there and you tie your calendar on Google or Outlook to it, and you send someone this link, and the first page is exactly why they want to meet with you. And then you can even get further into this. If it's a sale or something like that, you qualify them in those questions before they even book the meeting. So now when I'm going into meetings, it's got to be my link that we're using. And I wasn't doing that. So this meeting that I was talking about that I'm canceling, I didn't use the link. And in fact, this person said, I went back to our text messages, can you please use my calendar link so I don't miss the meeting? Red flag right there. Red flag meaning like, so you don't miss the meeting. So you miss a ton of meetings if you don't use your link. That now tells me about your character. And you want to collaborate. I don't know if I want to collaborate with someone who misses meetings. So there's just certain things that can come up in that conversation. And some people might not want to use your link, and that's fine. And we teach this in Impact Effect Accelerator on how to frame the conversation so they use your link. Not like that person said, use my link because I sometimes miss meetings. If you don't, it's a terrible frame. It tells me that they miss meetings. Right? Like you want to reframe it to something of this nature. Hey, for ease of use, so we could save each other time and efficiency, because I know you're a high level entrepreneur, or you're a high achiever, and you probably want to be really efficient. I'm going to send you a link. If there's no time on the link, I'm happy to move meetings around so you and I can meet in a timely fashion. Looking forward to it. Right? See how I said that? That's way different of an experience in a frame on sending someone a calendar. Like, here's my link, hit my link. Like, don't do that. Right?
So here's my question. Then reframe it how I would envision saying this. Is it okay to say to somebody, like through text or email, hey, is it possible for us to bump this in-person meeting to like a quick phone call or an email exchange? But like, I don't want to say, because I don't think I'll, I think it's a dumb meeting. Do I say like my calendar's packed, or like I want to make space and time for you, but I can't in person? Like, how do I bump that to a lower tier meeting, i.e. instead of in person, can this be a phone call or maybe even like an email exchange? What is a nice way of saying that? Because that's where I'm at right now with a couple of things where I'm just like, I'm looking at the calendar, like just the time to have to get there. It's not going to work. What do I do now? How do I reframe this?
So you've already scheduled an in-person meeting, and you don't want to do it in person. You want to have a conversation instead. Okay. Or
even just email. Like I can put the questions in email, or they can like email me the questions, and when I can get to it,
I just be
I'll
honest.
Respond.
For me, I mean, I'm a little bit more direct than most people, but I think you can do it in a very cordial, respectful way. I would advise you to be honest. Hey, I know we're meeting about X, Y, and Z. I really only had 2 questions for you, and I want to make sure that I'm not wasting your time. I want to drop these in an email and dive into this. Like, there's a million ways you do it. I would personally call the person, and I would ask them those 2 questions on the phone, and then be like, oh, great. We just, honestly, we don't even need to meet on Thursday. right? Like, this is really all we needed to connect with. I got it. I'm going to work on it. I'll holler at you. Let's schedule another meeting. Or, hey, this was great. I really enjoyed this. I've got to jump. You know how I always do it with phone calls. Like, hey, I was just calling you. I'm real quick before this meeting. I do have a meeting in 10 minutes. So I'm setting the standard that I don't want to talk more than 10 minutes, and I have an out. Hey, I just wanted to give you a buzz. I had 10 minutes before this meeting. Just wanted to chat with you. I know we have a meeting on Friday. It's looking like I've just got too much stuff going on, and I've got to do some personal stuff. So I just wanted to call you. I only had really 2 questions. Is it okay if we jump into it now in the next 10 minutes? If we don't finish in 10 minutes, we can reschedule a meeting, but I can't make it on Friday. Like, doing that over a phone call with your energy, your tone, that's so much, like, it's night and day. I'm terrible at text. I'm too direct. Like, if I don't use emojis in text messages, people think I'm a jerk. Cause I'm just like it's just like, okay, like, here's the answer, or like, let's do it, or sounds good. Like, I don't want to see like, oh, thanks so much for thinking of that. That was so nice that you brought that to mind. Like, I'm like, sounds good. Let's do it. People are like, what? But if I throw a smiley next to it, it's like, oh, Jim said,
I do exclamation points.
Yeah,
I do exclamation points, and you probably hate this, but I also like to write in all caps.
I don't mind it. I mean, I know you, right? So like, I know you're not yelling at me, right?
No,
like, I know your personality.
Easier. Like, if it's stuck on caps most of the time, just like, whatever, I'm just going to keep going. I'm not even going to stop it.
But
all right. So I think,
go ahead. I was just going to say that you own your energy, you own your calendar, you own your time, you own your headspace. If you don't want to take the meeting, don't take the meeting. Just do it in a respectful way. Don't be the person that just cancels the calendar invite and doesn't send a call or a text or leave a voicemail. And then also too, like, just because you have a meeting on Friday doesn't mean you can't pick up the phone and see if you can catch this person for 15 minutes on a call that's not scheduled, right? Like, some people won't. There's some people that you probably won't catch me on a call. My phone's on D&D. I manage, like, I think phone calls, I think emails, those are to-do lists, and that stresses me out. So, like, yeah, if you just randomly call me and we have a meeting on Tuesday, I'm probably not going to pick up. But what's it say in the voicemail? I will listen to the voicemail. I'll probably read the voicemail, right? Because we can
always read the voicemail. I hate when people send me voice notes now. Like, this became a big thing, like, to send voice notes. I'm like, I don't think you can speed up the speed, and my brain can't process what you're saying because I'm just like, talk faster. That's why I don't mind a voicemail. I'll read the voicemail. That's easy. An email, anything I can read and like get through it faster. But like a voice note, I'm just like, what are you doing? And I know that like became popular for a while, especially in DMs, like, oh, instead of leaving a DM, like, leave a note, like a voice note. And I'm just like, I get it. I think that if you're like a celebrity or like you're somebody that like somebody wants to hear from, yes. In business, no, just send it to me. Just tell me what the thing. Well, just give me the details. I don't need to hear your voice. No offense to anybody that sent me a voice note. I love you so much.
Well, I think there's two things, right? If it's a warm or cold lead, you want them to know that it's you and your voice, not a virtual assistant, not AI. I think that's important on a sales prospecting. But yeah, to your point, like my friend sending me a 4-minute audio message, it's like, I don't want to listen to that, you know?
Or like details. Somebody sent me details for an event and I was like, so now I have to write that down. Like, you didn't save me time. I now have to write down what you're saying, where we're going, what we're doing. Like,
well, that's
just
the
please,
thing.
please.
If you're just in a conversation with someone and you're using an audio, it's typically to benefit you because you don't have the time to type it out or you're driving. So know that in a normal conversation with someone who knows each other, that this isn't a tool for communication. This is you saving yourself time and energy and putting in the responsibility. And I call it putting the work on someone else. I teach this to people all the time when they're like, I'm struggling to retain clients. I'm like, how much work are you making them do? They're like, what? I'm like, the job is not to put the work on your client. You do all the work. So don't tell them to go do X, Y, and Z. Either do it with them or do it for them. Because they're going to go find a company. They go, I don't have time to do X, Y, and Z. That's why I hired you. I'm going to fire you and hire that company. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up because I know we're going a little long here on this topic, but ultimately, the challenge today, I would say, is just what meetings don't have meaning or don't have an agenda, or you're not sure what the goal is or what the outcome is going to be. Reach out to that person, call them, cancel the meeting if you need to, grab the 2 pieces of info you need or they need, turn it into an email, but just take control of your energy and ensure that your meetings, you're using your calendar as much as possible with those qualifying questions so you know exactly what the purpose is and what the outcome is that you're looking to solve by meeting.
I love that. Thank you. I'm going to work on it.
Accelerator.com. Check it out. If you're having trouble with this, we give you Go High Level. We'll help you build out your calendars, your landing pages. You can make it look professional, unique. You can ask specific questions. You can put your tone, your personality in those questions. This stuff is super important to protect your energy and to protect your time. So
perfect.
That's what I wanted to share today.
That's amazing. Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.